Now let's look at Nigeria. The country is bracing for protests. There are 3 days to go. Thousands are expected to take to the streets on Thursday, on August 1st. The protest is against a number of issues like inflation, which has crossed 34%. It's at a 28-year high, 34% inflation. There's a cost of living crisis in Nigeria, rising poverty, hunger and unemployment. People are facing a number of problems and they've decided to voice their frustrations on August 1st. The protest will last for at least 10 days, at least that's the plan. They're being organized online using the hashtag #EndBadGovernance. Some of the protesters have been inspired by similar demonstrations elsewhere in countries like Kenya and Uganda. Nigerians are also taking inspiration from their own protests, like the End SARS protest in 2020. But this time, there doesn't seem to be a clear goal in mind. This is like an umbrella protest against everything going wrong and the people responsible for the mess. In other words, Nigeria's government under President Bola Tinubu. The powers that be are afraid. They're doing everything to dissuade the protesters. We told you what happened last week, how Nigeria's police and army issued warnings, and how the government decided to raise the minimum wage. But those measures did not work. The protests were not called off. So the government decided to roll out more incentives. On Friday, they advertised job vacancies at the Nigerian National Petroleum Company. This is the state-run oil company. It announced vacancies on the social media platform X after nearly a decade. You can imagine how excited some job seekers were, especially considering Nigeria's economic situation. There was so much traffic that the oil company's website crashed. So that was one move to stop the protests. Nigeria has also revived a youth investment fund. It will disburse about $70 million to young entrepreneurs. So those were some more carrots. But the government is also using the stick. It cannot ban the protests outright, so it's trying to make things difficult by asking prospective protesters to register themselves with the police. All the groups who want to protest need to submit some information, like the details of the group leaders, their planned protest routes, their assembly points, expected duration of the protest, and the measures that they're taking to prevent bad actors from hijacking the protest. That is a lot of paperwork. And it seems the onus of stopping goons has been shifted. The government's goal is quite clear here, to exhaust the protesters even before they begin. The Nigerian government is pulling out all the stops. Officials from every rung of the government have called for calm. They want the people to give the government more time. Religious groups have also been pressed into action. Some even met President Bola Tinubu, and then they began opposing the protests. The result is this: Nigeria is even more divided. Most protesters want to demonstrate peacefully, but there are also many who do not want to join them because they fear the negative consequences, like possible looting, destruction of public property, violence and police brutality. The Nigerian government has been highlighting all these risks. So what will be the result on August 1st? Will the protests manage to stay peaceful, or will anarchy be unleashed? We'll be tracking this for you.